instruction.
Hyderabad Voltas Express Railway Station, Netaji Forward. Cricbuzz.
After all that drama, all of us heave a sigh of relief. My blood pressure has shot up. I don't even know what's happening. I need a glass of water, some nimbu pani, a tranquilizer. What was happening? The first ever super over. The Delhi Capitals prevail and go top of the table. Pommie Mbangwa was here. No better man than you, Pommie, to describe the madness that we saw unfold in those 2 overs towards the end. It was a game that RR should have won. But then the magic of Mitchell Starc prevailed, and that's how it goes in this format.
I tell you what, if you're from Delhi Capitals, yep, you can settle down now, because if you go back a little bit, there's a game they should have won, right? And they managed somehow to contrive to lose it against Mumbai Indians at home. This time around, big fast bowler Mitchell Starc to defend the 9 he had to in the final over of the original game, I'll call it, was absolutely fantastic. And it's not by fluke, it's by pure skill of nailing those Yorkers. I'm also loving the fact that the ball's reversing with the fast bowlers having something to work with. If it doesn't, they just nail those out the ground, left, right, and center. So something for the bowlers, and look what it can do for the game. And then you go into the super over. That had enough drama as well, didn't it? Because it looked like they were on their way to 15 and 16, and then wide, not wide, down the leg side, no ball, out, run out, and then you end up with just 11 on the board because, well, there's the pressure, isn't there? And it's probably too much to bear in the end that they make some decisions that are not so good and end up with just 11. So happy that it ends out that way, but not so much who wins, but the fact that there was some drama in the end.
Surely the best game of the IPL thus far, and it's not always that the batters win in this format.
No, absolutely. I think saliva coming into the game, that whole reverse has really changed matters. But I just want to go to one more thing. This is the story of 5 runouts. 3 on the previous day, which cost them the match. Literally 3 runouts in a row. And today, the 2 runouts that they effected out there, because that score should have been 16-17, these 2 runouts. So these 3 runouts cost them 1 match, 2 runouts got them the next match. And I think that's absolutely amazing. Just look at that. That no ball, once that no ball happened, Starc, on the landing on the edge of the crease, and it looked as if there was, because you've got a free hit after that. What happens in the free hit? It's still fired down the leg side. It touches him on the leg, and he foolishly runs. And he gets a wicket of that. What should have been a free hit? What is the worst that you can get in a free hit? You can't get out any other way. The only way you can get out in a free hit is to get run out.
At the non-strike.
And they managed to do that.
Just in case if there was any confusion on whether that was a no ball or not, Simon Dool did give a clarification. But in case all your viewers didn't hear Simon Dool clarifying, Pommie, the correct call
you only have
made.
to touch the return, please. If you touch, you're not allowed to touch it with your back foot, whatever. And he did. And so clearly a no ball. Yeah, I'll say inconsequential in the end, but it could have been so different.
Wow, so much to talk about, and we will look at every aspect of this chase, that crazy super over, right here on Voltas presents Cricbuzz Live with Pommie Mbangwa and Bhattacharjya. Up first, let's take a look at the match summary. Let's go back to how it all started. There were 4 passages of play, these 2 innings and then those 2 super overs. 188 for Delhi. 3 innings that helped Delhi go where they did. 49, Abhishek Porel, KL Rahul 38. Very key contributions from Axar, Patel, Tristan Stubbs as well. Jofra Archer bowled magnificently today. Rajasthan Royals, well, they were pretty much in the chase if it wasn't for those 2 overs towards the end that Mitchell Starc bowled, the 18th and the 20th. At that stage, clearly, Axar Patel got it right because he did bowl 1 over of Tristan Stubbs, which I think was the 10th over. Riyan Parag bowled the 10th over. And that perhaps helped them manage their bowl as well.
No. Tristan Stubbs, you're correct. Tristan, you went back to Rajasthan. But with Delhi Capitals, it was fair enough to sort of try the spin because of the way the pitch had behaved through the day. And they do like to try it out with regard to Tristan Stubbs. They'd tried him before, and he can bowl different sort of types of spin. He's very much a part-time bowler, and fair enough, had a go. okay, neither here nor there.
Yep.
But the game was going the way of Rajasthan Royals. There's absolutely no doubt as ever. And in fact, we came and sat in here, didn't we, and thought, this one's done.
Yep.
No, who's going to defend 9? You know, you're going to have to get everything spot on if you're going to defend 9.
Yep.
And Mitchell Starc did that. He got away with one. I think it was ball number 3, maybe, that gets hit over cover.
Yep.
Hetmeyer probably felt he should have hit that all the way for 4.
Yeah.
Any better contact and it goes for 4
Yeah.
rather than just the 2.
Yeah.
And it's a different ball game. No leeway, no wiggle room. But yeah, got to give it to Mitchell Starc. Absolutely fantastic to pull that one
There
out.
was so much drama after that last over of the second innings. And Joy, you've been there. High pressure situation. You've got to make quick decisions. Did Ara make a mistake with the men they chose?
Yeah,
Where was Nitish Rana?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. Normally, what you try and do is guys who are on strike, who are already seeing and hitting the ball, because it actually, let me tell you one thing. It is actually, it seems that the advantage is in chasing because you know how much to chase.
Yeah.
But the reason it's been done like that is to make sure that the batters, the team that is batting,
Second.
has been batting second, does not need to change over. So if your batters are fresh and they're seeing the ball, they can continue to play.
Yeah.
And therefore, logically, it seemed like Nitish Rana seemed to be a more logical choice to go with because he's just, I mean, he looked so good. He plays angles very well. But they decided that Riyan Parag was the person they went with. And it could have been because of the left-right combination, but it seemed to be a difficult decision at that point.
Yeah, and even so for me, even who comes out after the wicket falls is Jaiswal. And I'm thinking, well, if we're to pick out which player in the Rajasthan Royals side has been informed this season, you're not looking past Nitish Rana.
Yeah.
He's played a couple of innings. There's a one of 80.
Yeah, CSK.
Yeah, and he's played this one here where he's playing blinders, timing the ball to perfection. And he's the one who kind of gave them impetus as they went along. 51 from 28 balls.
Yep.
How much better do you need to be hitting it to be the one selected to go and do the hitting?
Yep.
I mean, that's fantastic. And it's not to say you pick him and then you win necessarily, but never mind the outcome. Just let's see what the logic for the selection of which players is. And it seems a no-brainer that he should be one of them who goes out there. Probably him and Hetmeyer to start things off.
And Jurel? Would that have been the right trio?
If you're looking left and right combination, but on this particular ground, 61 meters square, one side, 62 the other.
Yep.
That's a chip, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're left-handed or right-handed.
Yeah.
It's just which are your best hitters, who are the guys who are going to clear the fence. And I know that Parag clears it. However, who is in form? And that's who you generally go.
It had to be Rana, Jurel, Hetmeyer.
I mean, they would look at themselves and they say that they probably missed a trick out there. I mean, see, because he said a very important thing. It does not matter what the game result is because you cannot decide game result. But what you can decide is you have to make your decision based on the logic of the thought process before. And later look at that decision and say, was it logical?
Yeah.
So they could have put in Parag and he could have won them the game, but it's still not the most logical decision under the circumstances.
Yeah. Lots of experienced players or people in that dugout. Also, when they came out to defend 11, wouldn't you have gone with Jofra Archer, who's bowled a super over in a World Cup final in 2019?
No, actually, I wouldn't, to be honest. I'll tell you why I say that. I say that because under the circumstances and over the years, in this side, the person who plays the role of defend, bowl at the end is Sandeep Sharma.
Okay.
And whether that's right or wrong, and from a preference perspective, that's a separate discussion.
Yep.
But who has that role in this team? It's Sandeep Sharma. It's not Jofra Archer. And look, we could debate who we think is better. But in that team, they back that guy.
Go with Sandeep Sharma?
I would also go with Sandeep Sharma. In fact, if you think about it, the first ball, the slower bouncer, I mean, KL Rahul just gets his bat to it. He's run out. KL Rahul, if that throw is better from Jaiswal, he's run out. They also get a run out on the very first ball. Just the throw doesn't work for them. So again, I'm saying, Sandeep Sharma may not have done them the result, but he was logically the right choice under the circumstances. Because what you've got to do is trust the process. Because there's so many things that can happen in Super Over. One edge goes for 4, something happens. You can't decide all that. But logically, have you worked a process through?
Joy, you've been there. Describe what it is like to be making those decisions. What's that conversation like? Just seconds before a super over starts.
So technically, that's what. You already are almost on your feet, because I was there for the first ever super over in 2009.
Yeah.
And this Rajasthan team was involved there as well. Of course, unfortunately, that time it went for Rajasthan. What needs to happen is, the moment it happens, logically, you're supposed to give both sheets. Both teams are supposed to give their sheets separately and at the same time to the umpire, so that nobody sees what the other person's batters or bowlers are, or bowler is.
Yeah.
Okay? So you have to nominate 3 batters and 1 bowler.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's basically what has to happen. So you're supposed to go separately. Well, on that occasion, Shane Warne watched what we were doing, saw our team list, and then decided what to do.
Yeah.
And look, Warne was a smart guy. We were stupid enough to fall for it.
Yeah.
But that tension, and then what happens is deciding what kind of ground, and see, a lot of things go through it. So, in fact, what he said is so important. What are the proportions of the ground? Because that will depend whether you're sending a left-hander or right-hander.
Yeah.
Who's your inform bowler? Okay. So, in our case, they sent Kamran Khan, who was not their biggest bowler, but he was the guy who'd bowled the 20th over and done well to get to the super over. So just like Starc, they repeated him. We tried Ajanta Mendes, and Yusuf Pathan was there to smash him for 2 sixes.
Breathe, Joy. Breathe.
No, it just, this is, you know what this is? You know what this is?
Catharsis.
This is PTSD. This is PTSD.
Joy doesn't forget.
So here I am going like, what is it, 2000 and what?
2009.
Like
16
years ago.
Breathe, Joy. Come on.
It is PTSD.
Joy,
This is PTSD.
Joy, I got you. Come on. Come here. Come, fist bump. Fist bump.
No.
Make it. Don't leave me hanging. You're leaving me hanging here. I'm backing you. You're okay. It's okay. Okay.
No treadmill tomorrow.
Yeah.
You need a class of
and
yoga.
Hey, look. I can comfort him. You've got three IPL wins, right?
That, yeah.
See, there you go. You're okay. There you go. He's fine.
Well, the Delhi Capitals, after all this drama, won it, and they are now top of the table. This finish has to help them go into a different stratosphere mentally, emotionally. The belief will be very different. Credit where it's due. Well done to Axar Patel as well for taking those key calls, and the players delivered.
Look, I said before, if you kind of wind back a couple of days, their unbeaten streak comes to an end by their contriving somehow to not get over the line in a season where things had seemed to be going just for them, right? And here they turn up and they've got to fight tooth and nail, because for all intents and purposes, this one was gone and Rajasthan were going to win it quite comfortably. They fought at the back end of their batting as well. If you think back to the skipper, you're saying just the calls he's made, but the impact in the game of Axar Patel with bat in hand and with ball in hand, right? So what is it? 40 he gets pretty quickly. Him, Stubbs at the back end. Really good work. And then how he decides to space out his bowlers at the back. Right? So, fantastic. I think they've done brilliantly. It puts them back on course. It puts them back to winning ways, and it means they retain the confidence that they had from the wins that they got 4-4 before.
Joy, look at the number of people that contributed to this win. Abhishek Porel, 49 with the bat. Rahul scored runs, Stubbs scored runs. Axar Patel himself, the captain, scored 34 of 14. Ashutosh Sharma, key 15 runs towards the end. And with the ball, you saw what Axar can do and what Mitchell Starc did towards the end under pressure.
And Kuldeep thinks,
yes.
I hope he's okay. Because
it's the one blemish, isn't it? The fact that he fell over and was injured, and we're not sure how bad
but that's the one thing. But this is a team effort, and look, they sort of rally around, because Vipraj Nigam has had a couple of very good games. And today he hasn't had an off day, somebody else has put up their hand. And I think what you will see, if you remember Gujarat Titans their first year when they won, and when they won about 7 of their first 8 matches, there were 7 different man of the matches. And I think what's one of the great things is different people are putting up their hands on different days. And that's really, really good for a team. I mean, the only guy who's like really putting it up every day, you have to look at it, is Axar Patel. You see, KL Rahul has had one fantastic match. Tristan Stubbs has done well for them. Starc has done well for them. Kuldeep has done well for them.
Kuldeep every game.
Kuldeep is the other guy who's done it every game. But every guy has done it. Karun Nair has done it one day. I mean, other than Jake Fraser-McGurk, almost everyone has come to the party.
Also, it seems like a team which has all players on the same page, because the 19th over, Tristan Stubbs drops the catch and KL Rahul goes and pacifies him. And it was Tristan Stubbs that finished the game with that big six towards the end. So everyone on the same page. It looks like it's one unit and not a collection of stars who are operating in different directions.
Yeah, there were a couple of incidents actually where this on the same page, pulling in the same direction thing. One where it's Mohit, I think, who drops the catch on the boundary.
It was Samir Rizvi.
No, it's him first.
Mohit
It's
first.
Mohit, yeah, sure.
It's
And
Mohit
then-
first, and he gets some sort of support. Nobody's really blaming him. Then when he's bowling, Samir,
He gives Samir.
and he absolutely
Oh,
rips
gives-
into him. But he's ripping into him, and the guy's done the right thing, because if he doesn't do that, the ball goes for six. So if he tries to take the catch falling backwards, and then he touches the rope, it's six, and then they don't actually get into the super over. The game comes to an end. So he saves runs there and does really well. There was also when Vipraj was bowling, and he kept bowling the short ones. Skipper comes alongside him, and KL also comes alongside him when one of the balls disappeared out the ground. And they just kind of put an arm around him and calm him down. And that is a sign of a side that's going quite well, where they can sort of try and say, listen, clear that out your mind, just reset. We're actually going well. We know you can produce your best one. Next ball, let's go, So, it's nice to see. And it's easier to see when teams are going well. When things are not going so well, it's a bit more difficult.
Axar Patel is such an underrated cricketer. I mean, he is given credit, but he is a lot better than people think he is, because with the bat, he scores runs, very crafty bowler as well. And now he will be looked at very differently, because he's now a captain that can finish these games.
I mean, look, let's look at it honestly. Even the last Bapu we know, Mahatma Gandhi, took about 20 years before we recognized him. At least Axar we've recognized in 5 years we've recognized. Look, the great thing about what I love about him is, for all that he is, he's a gun batter. Okay, he's a gun batter who finishes matches, has won matches for India. Okay, and brought them back to the situation. He's a gun bowler. He's a great fielder, great agility for a man of his height and size. Okay,
fields on the boundary.
Fields on the boundary. Zero attitude. Zero attitude. And no airs and graces. Nothing. He's the coolest guy you can find. He's really, really, for me, he's the Swiss Army knife of the Indian team. Does everything, does it well, and does it without any fuss.
I tell you what, if you say he is underrated, I would like to see those people who do not rate him, because I can assure you that his peers and anyone who's sort of worked on any games that he's playing in is well aware of the quality of Axar Patel. He brings absolutely everything. And he's a man for all occasions. Here we are saying he can finish games, but he can walk in at 3, he can walk in a 4, 5, 6, 7, doesn't matter. He can bowl in the power play, he can bowl in the middle, he can bowl at the end. As I say, he fields on the boundary, can field in the circle, throw the stumps down, quick running across the field. So nobody should kind of think anything other than he's a superstar.
Efficacy and effectiveness over flamboyance. That seems to be a mantra that's working very well for Axar Patel. He's helped the Delhi side win their 4th super over in IPL history. On the other hand, Sanju Samson, disappointing for them. They came very close to finishing this game. Unfortunately, they had the champion Mitchell Starc to face, who won this game for his team. What else did Sanju Samson say at the end of this game? Let's take a look at his quote. He said, Starc took it away. I wasn't just ready to come back and bat, clearly referring to his injury. The start which we got in the power play, I felt it was definitely a chaseable score. I think as we all saw some fantastic bowling by Starc, he's one of the best guys around in the world. I'd like to give it to Starc. He won them the game in the 20th over. Plan was to swing hard. Starc took it away.
It was critical. The fact that without him getting out and getting the injury, he then had to leave, right? Because then what does it mean? New batter comes in and things, they don't necessarily slow down, but they generally do. And if he's there in control, what was he on, 30?
Yeah.
31.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a critical moment in the game. They still should have got over the line,
Yep.
but things might well have been that much easier, and you don't get to that last over if he stays for 2-3 overs and plays well.
Yeah, sad for Ara that he got injured when he did.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's an intercostal sprain, so it can be a variety of things.
Yep.
So the only thing you can do is they call rice,
Yep.
Just do nothing, rest, compression, elevation, icing. That's all you do. So it's hopefully it's not very much. If he's come for the press conference after and he seems okay, it's really important because their season getting derailed. This was a match that would have 2 and 3. The difference between being 3 and 4 and 2 and 5 is huge.
Yep.
It's you're just that much further back, and they'd look at it and said they should have got across the line in this one.
Yeah.
Typical of their stuttering this season, actually.
At the halfway mark, after 7 games, they've lost 5. They've got their work cut out. But the toast of Delhi is Mitchell Starc, and he is our coolest performer of the match, powered by Voltas. Shore kam zyada. The magic was not just in those 4 overs, but also the super over. So 5 crucial overs that he bowled, especially the 18th, the 20th, and the super over. 11.75 crores is what Delhi paid, and he's worth every penny that they spent on him.
100%. He's a champion.
12 Yorkers, pretty much, back to back.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He's an absolute champion. You see him wearing the yellow of Australia there. Just recently, there was Champions Trophy, and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Him, Cummins.
Pat Cummins wasn't there.
Hazelwood
wasn't there.
Yeah, and those 3 guys, and I think he's the senior of them all, actually.
Yeah.
And he's been fabulous for Australia for a long time, and they've won things because of him, because he's reliable, and in the big moments he stands up. And you kept hearing, those who did watch on the television would have kept hearing Shane Watson saying he's going leg stump Yorker, that's his delivery.
Yeah.
And over many years, he's been put in situations like these ones and had to do it for Australia.
Yeah.
Here he is doing it for the Delhi Capitals. And there's a man alongside here who would have been happy that last time around he was wearing purple. And in big games, semi-final, final, does the things. Yeah, so yeah.
Today, Joy 17.4, that Yorker to Nitish Rana perhaps changed the game?
Yeah, absolutely. And that for me is that everyone looks at the 20th over that he did 8, but the 18th was equally crucial.
Yeah.
Just gave 8 runs, got that wicket.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that makes a difference. And I'll tell you the most interesting thing about it. The 2 bowlers who bowled the super over, they're different in many ways. Every batter knew what Starc was going to do every ball. He's not going to vary it because he doesn't want to take a chance. He throws one wide, it could go for wide, one edge could go, it could go. He knows I can do this and execute this flawlessly. There's one ball, as he said, he managed to get a little, managed to get under, and it nearly went for 4. But the rest, he got it, and you can bet that the coaches, the batter, everyone knows what he's going to do. On the other hand, if you see Sandeep Sharma, he tried with a slow bouncer, he could have done something else, he would have tried something else. He would try and vary things around. You'd have to look at the field to see what he's going to do. With Starc, the beauty is you know what he's going to do, and you still can't do very much about it.
Well, Mitchell Starc showing what he can do. He did it for the SRH last year in the last 2 games in the final as well. That wicket of Abhishek Sharma, still one of the golden moments of IPL history. Today, he is most certainly our coolest performer of the match, powered by Voltas. Shore kam zyada. Right, the Delhi Capitals, after this magnificent win, are top of the table. On the other hand, the Rajasthan Royals are licking their wounds. 7 matches, Joy. Just the 2 wins. But these 5 losses will hurt, and they will have a lot of catching up to do in the second half of this tournament. Lessons for Rajasthan, minor tweaks. Do they need to press the reset button? Are they doing a lot of things wrong?
I don't think they're doing. We were talking about it the other day as well. I think just, what's happening is that all of it is not coming together at the same time.
Yeah.
Yashasvi is firing, Nitish Rana is firing. Today, Samson was injured.
Yeah.
One, and therefore they're not able. There are good efforts from all the players, but not on the same day, and therefore they're not managing to get across the line. Yeah. This isn't a bad team. Yeah. If you compare this to say what Chennai's 2 and 5 is, Chennai looked miserable on many days.
Yeah.
And I don't think Rajasthan is that bad a team. It just isn't getting together. So much of it is luck, so much of it is circumstantial, but just that little bit. They need a bit of luck on their side.
Very quickly, any quick fixes?
I think the pieces of the puzzle are there.
Yeah.
But they haven't made the picture.
Yeah.
So, and by that I mean things like a firing Nitish Rana, who really I think should bat number 3. Rian Parag, who did well at 4, should bat at 4.
Yeah.
And then a Yashasvi, who's getting into form, bats at number 1. And, the rest of it is there. And kind of go according to that and stick with it for a time.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens. Because as a side, you don't look at them and think, oh, they should be kind of languishing down the bottom. The ingredients are there. We say that for many of these teams, and the first part of the season, first 3-4 games, is about figuring which of the players they feel they need to back, who's in form, how's it going, and how do we set them up. And I think they're not quite setting them up right.
They will need to win 6 of the next 7. Looks bleak.
Look, it's possible. It has happened. RCB did it last year. So, you can get up in situations like that. See, because what happens with teams right now, and I've been in one of those situations, is then you don't think of the table. You don't think of anything. You say, next match. Can we win the next match?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's win the next match, then think about the rest.
Yeah.
And you take it one match at a time. You never think beyond. You never expect beyond. You just look match to match to match to match to match.
Yeah. How many times have we sat here and said, oh, no, they're gone, those ones, or, oh, they're going to make it, or... and it doesn't ever really pan out that way.
Right. Well, at the IPL, expect the unexpected. Expect a lot of noise from Churchgate, D Road, Mumbai, Wankhede Stadium. That's where the next match is. It is MI versus SRH. That's match number 33. That'll come to you live from the Wankhede Stadium, possibly with a brand new stand called the Rohit Sharma stand. Now, Mumbai Indians, is their campaign back on track, and what do they need to do against SRH tomorrow?
Look, I think their campaign is back on track. I think this is the kind of ground, it's a small ground, the ball will fly. It will be interesting. I'd expect interesting in night game. I would still chase under the circumstances, but the thing about it is SRH, if SRH puts pressure on you and gets a 250 or 260, then you're in, you could be under a lot of pressure. So it'll be an interesting decision to take.
Yeah.
I think how they play this tactically will be important. But it's a very important match for both sides because both of them are in the same situation. Mumbai is 2-4, SRH is 2-5.
Yeah.
Okay, neither of them can really afford to lose this. So it's desperation time for both.
Huge boost for MI though, psychologically, because that win against DC was without big contributions from Rohit Sharma or Hardik Pandya. Namandeep batted really well, Tilak Verma as well. Karan Sharma, the man of the match. So they need other people to step up as well. And playing at home, big raucous crowd should be the right setting.
Yeah, I think as far as roles and morale, I think they'll be fine. They like playing at home.
Yeah.
I think they should be absolutely fine in that regard. I agree with the morale-boosting win, pulling one out the fire when it looked very much like they were done and dusted against Delhi. Delhi cruising and then those wickets. I think that's a good thing. I think it'll kind of have confidence run through the team. There are big 2 points, these. Huge 2 points for both these teams. So a case very much, if you look at SRH, of returning to winning ways in a big way. I mean, it was huge. Abhishek Sharma, to chase down 245, you'd never think it, right? There's no ways anyone would say, oh, on any given day, oh, they'll chase this down. Now, even on that good pitch in Hyderabad, you wouldn't think that. So here are two teams kind of supposedly going in the right direction. And in order to kind of confirm they need to pick up these 2 points and stay in touch with the top of the table rather than with the bottom. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
For SRH, Abhishek's 141 lit up the tournament. Head always dominates against teams in blue. We all know that in India. And I suppose this Mumbai lineup, bowling lineup, will be SRH's biggest test yet.
Absolutely. I think it's a fantastic bowling lineup. And, with Bumrah back, Bumrah hasn't had a great first match, But that's the thing. How many times have you seen Bumrah not give you 2 matches in a row? So you've got Chahar, who likes bowling with the new ball. You've got Bolt, who's probably the best first over, power play bowler in the tournament. So this is a very, very good Mumbai combination. And this team is optimized to play here. The kind of cricket they want to play, hard-hitting top-order batters, good fast bowlers. This is the pitch they want to play for. This is the ground that they've optimized for. So they're going to go hard.
Right. SRH haven't won at the 1KD in the last 2 years. Can they do that this time against Pandya and Co? We'll find out. A quick look at the MI squad. Joy, any changes? Why tinker with a winning combination? Or is there a change you'd recommend?
Look, I don't see Karan Sharma, though he did very well in the past match, I don't see Karan Sharma playing out here. I think it's more likely Ashwini Kumar comes in. You'll get the medium pacer in. Vignesh, would Vignesh get a chance? Not.
Ashwini had a superb debut against KKR at home.
Yeah, I think it's
More likely him,
Ashwini than more likely than anybody else.
Okay, for you?
Yeah, same. Look, I don't expect that they'd be looking to change too much just simply because things are going all right. It seems a long time ago that the batting wasn't firing.
Yeah.
Now they generally have an order, kind of stack them up the way they would normally do that, everyone in their positions, and away you go. They would love runs from Rohit Sharma with his stand and all of this.
I know, if he can hit one to his own stand.
They would want to hit one into his own stand and kind of get them off to a really good start. They'd really like that. But as a side, that confidence is particularly important, and if they can win again, then they become dangerous to many of the other sides.
Hyderabad's confidence is sky high as well. They pulled off a stunning 245-run chase against the Punjab Kings in that last game. A look at their squad. Joy, any changes? Would you maybe tactically look at the combination differently? Maybe a Jaydev Unadkat?
No, this is not the kind of pitch where Jaydev Unadkat would do well. I think, look, their fast bowling is what they've got to look at because they've gone with Ishan Malinga and Pat Cummins and Shami, Harshal Patel, that attack. I think they'll stay with that because there isn't very much option. Nitish Shetty hasn't bowled very much for them. But if you look at this is their best team. And, Kavindu Mendis, for example, is a spinner. I don't think this is the kind of ground you'll use him. I think they'll stay with this team.
Some left-arm variety for Rohit, perhaps, or no?
I think
Jaydev Unadkat.
No, Jaydev is a kind of bowler who strives in conditions where the pitch, the ball sticks to the pitch a little bit. I can't see him playing here.
Good pitch, Wankere.
Yeah.
You kind of have to demarcate who's going to bowl when and where. I think they like that they brought in Ishan Malinga, and he can bowl those Yorkers. He'll look to try and do that.
Yeah.
Zishan has done a good job for them, and with Zampa injured and gone, I think it's a nice kind of fill-in. And it's nice when you get young talent that does well and is confident, and he's done well enough there. Tough time bowling at the Wankere because spinners have a hard time there. You've got to be on your mettle to be able to do it there. It's also a pitch because it's good and comes on and all that, and batters like it there. It's difficult to defend. These batters will like it. They'll go at things. Yes, it'll bounce, but they'll like that it does. And listen, there'll be some teeing off going on.
Zampa's ruled out due to a shoulder injury. 21-year-old Karnataka left-hand batter Smaran Ravichandran has been named as his replacement, but I don't think SRH will need him anytime soon.
No, right now I think they're batting. I think what they really need just one thing. They need Travis Head to get going.
And Abhishek?
Abhishek's got one. That means at least he's got some confidence. Travis Head has not been the destroyer, really.
All right, so you guys have picked your one player to watch out for from Hyderabad. Give me one each, or one from Mumbai. One each.
I can't see Bumrah not doing well 2 days in a row. Bumrah has to come to the party. And this is, since it's such a batter's paradise, I want to go for a bowler.
Pick Rohit for me, please.
I'm picking skipper Hardik.
Okay. I'm going to go with Rohit Sharma. At home. Expect some magic from the king of Borivali, Mumbai Cha Raja. That's what they call him. Pommie, you got lucky. You've raced up on our leaderboard. Our Guezzing game leaderboard.
That can mean something.
I missed by one.
I was going to say that can mean something entirely different, by the way. Okay, yeah. You is.
And the reason Joy isn't among the winners is a shot that Rayan Parag played.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't.
I have nothing. As I said, I love the man.
I don't like this reluctance to give kudos to the guy who won. I mean,
Well done.
That's better.
Can we take a look at the leaderboard so that Pommie can smile more?
I'm always smiling. No need to. Look at this. 25%.
Yep.
That's a fail normally, isn't it?
Yep.
25%.
Nobody passes. Then Vijay Salikar is top. Nobody passes. But yeah.
Mr. Bhogle is on the right, Joy is on the right, Saim is on the right. Expect a lot of changes on that leaderboard in the next few days. What about today's Joy factor? Pommie got it right straight away. He didn't tell you all, but he told us the correct answer in our lounge. Joy, quickly, what's the answer?
Yeah, here's the question first, just to remind them of the question. What has happened only 4 times in ODI cricket history, with the last time featuring De Kock, Van Dusen and Aiden Markram? It's 3 batters getting a century in the same innings for the same team. So 3 batters hitting 100 in the same innings, and just 4 times it's happened. It's a pretty impressive. And I think twice or 2 of them have been South African.
Who's the winner? Quickly. Let's bring up the name of the winner who got it right. Chirag Jakhodia. Well done, Chirag.
Well done, Chirag. Well done.
Nice one, Chirag. Well done. You and me were winners today, buddy.
Yeah, you won everything today. You got the question, you got the score prediction.
Look at this. Hey.
And you're all set for another high-powered commentary stint at the Wankhede?
Humdinger at the Wankhede. Here we come tomorrow.
Taiyar for some more Divanapan?
What's that?
Pagalpan?
Oh, Pagalpan. Yeah. But definitely.
Expect more Pagalpan on Voltas Presents Cricbuzz Live as well. We'll see you once again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Goodbye and good night.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Chas Express, Railway Station, Netaji Obot.